The handheld computer is a Wi-Fi device connected to a central computer at scoring control. This is what a walking scorer uses to enter each stroke the players take. It is important to understand the process used to enter strokes and scores into the device before your first assignment. You will be required to attend a mandatory session during practice rounds to become familiar with the process and comfortable with the screens you will be using. Though the computer has a keyboard, you will use the touchscreen with the stylus or your finger. Do not use a pencil or anything metal, as this can damage the screen. The main screen shows the 3 players that are in the group to which you were assigned. The back color of each name corresponds to the color of the player's caddy bib: red on top, white in the middle, and blue on the bottom. In the top right-hand corner are 2 connection indicators. At least one needs to be green for your device to be connected. Any information missing when it is not will be sent the next time it connects. If it does not connect for more than 10 minutes, contact scoring control for assistance. You will have 2 sheets, one for each 9 holes, with your group's players' names and previous scorers. You will use this sheet to record each stroke after it is entered into the device. Note, on the top of each half of the page is a legend of shot abbreviations to be used on the sheet. When you receive your device, you will first test the messaging system by sending your name to scoring control. To enter a message, tap Menu on the bottom left, and then select Send Message, and then tap in your name and tap Send. There is no need to include your group information, as that is automatically included in the message sent. You will then test your radio by calling scoring control.
Scoring Central, Group 40, radio check. Scoring Central.
When you arrive at your starting tee with your standard bearer, send a preset message to scoring control indicating you are in position and tap Send. If scoring control sends a message, note the bar at the bottom of the screen which says, "You have messages." Tap on it to read the message. When your first player is ready to play, tap their name. You will note that the From position is already selected from the tee. When a player takes a stroke, tap Stroke Hit. Assuming they didn't make a hole-in-one, tap Return to Group. Select the next player. When they make their stroke, tap Stroke Hit. When the ball comes to rest, tap Return to Group. Repeat the process for the 3rd player. When you arrive at the landing area, determine who is next to play. Let's say it is player A from a fairway bunker. Tap on player A. Then change the From location by tapping on From box. Then tap on the correct location and then tap OK. When the player swings, tap Stroke Hit. When the ball comes to rest, tap In the hole if the player has holed out, or Return to Group. When a player is marked in the hole, you will receive a score confirmation screen. Tap Yes or No. You will note that when the player is in the hole, an F will be shown next to their score to indicate they are finished on this hole. If you select Return to Group for a player instead of in the hole, select the player. Back up to the previous stroke by tapping on the arrow and tap the box next to In the hole. A confirmation screen will appear. Select Yes and then tap Save. This same process can be used to remove a stroke if the player has not been marked in the hole. Once all players have finished the hole, you will verify the strokes and score for each player. If the stroke location does not match what you wrote down, circle the correction on your sheet and select No for strokes. If you select No for the score, you will be directed to radio scoring control with the correction.
Go ahead, this is Sue.
We do not need to correct stroke locations until the round is over. Once all players' strokes and scores are confirmed, you will be asked to write down the total relation to par and update the standard bearer. Then tap Proceed. If a player withdraws during a round, select Menu and Edit Players. Remove the check mark from the box by tapping on it, then tap Save. You will then confirm the player is removed by tapping Yes. A screen will ask that you radio in the edit as well. Tap OK to clear the message. There are a few stroke locations from where you may need assistance. The first is in the rough. The USGA generally has 3 heights of rough. The 2 or 3 foot cut next to the fairway is intermediate rough. The next height is the first cut of rough. The deepest rough is the second cut of rough. You will use the other location for any other location, such as a different hole's fairway, a water hazard, a cart path, or pine needles. The question often comes up about fringe or green and how you can tell. If the player marks the ball, it is on the green. And do not worry about it if the player putts off the green. Just always indicate where the next stroke is played from. We will compute if it is a putt or not. Lastly, if a player incurs a penalty, select that option as the From location and mark the stroke. If it is a 2-stroke penalty, repeat the process. If you are unsure, ask your referee as soon as possible and then enter the strokes. If you had to do it out of order, just indicate the strokes are incorrect at the conclusion of the hole, and we will fix the order when you are done. Scoring is one of the most important roles at our championships, so make sure you understand this process and have any questions you might have answered when you show up for your practice session.